If people can see me, hello, hello, hello. I can see I'm live there, but I can't see myself. Is my camera actually on? Because my camera's not on the feed here, but my camera's on there. So I just want to know, can you see me? That's all. Can you see me? Yes, I'm back. Awesome. Right. I don't know what happened there. It wasn't the internet. I think it was actually the software that I use. I think that was all it. I can see, what is it? There's like 8 of you on now. I'll wait till a few more come back on. This time with slightly less spam. Hello, Kelly. Hello, Neil. Hello, Trevor. Hello, Moxie. Hello, Carl. Awesome, awesome. I don't know. I genuinely don't know what happened there. I just saw something flash up on my screen, and then it was there. So, there we go. In the meantime, I'll wait for that. I'll just tell Mummy Barman that she can come back on. Hang on a second. I will be there. Oh, there we go. That's cool. I'm just telling you, you're back on. Mummy Barman's got me on the big screen. That's all. That's fine. Happy days. So I'm back. Look, we're up to 12. Nice, nice, nice. The phone is on. That's fine. I don't know what happened now. I kind of, because obviously my laptop's got Wi-Fi as well. I'm hardwired, but I kind of thought the Wi-Fi would kick in as well. But I don't know. Anyway, so yeah, there we go. Tasty, tasty. I'll tell you what I'm going to do while Carl had his message retracted. Here we go. Trevor's spannered. Is Trevor still got a spanner? Yeah, he has. And Wendy's still got a spanner. I'll tell you what I'll do. I'm going to pop these away. I'll have to... that's really annoying now, because obviously I'm going to have 2 different streams. And I'm going to have to edit that up. But I'm glad I got most of that out in that stream anyway. Let's put these away here. So we are going for... Ching, ching, ching. Let's put these away while we're coming here. And that one, there we go. Lovely, jubbly. That'll do there. And shut the door. I was looking at my router, and my router's there, and I've got a full Wi-Fi signal on here, and I'm all connected there. I think it must have been the software. The actual, so I don't use OBS or Streamlabs or anything like that. I use a web browser software, Restream. And I think it must have been their end. That's all I can think of, because it wasn't this end, really, that I know of. Anyway, so obviously diminished numbers. We might get a few back, we might not. We shall see. What's going on here? Hearing loud and clear. Rhubarb and cod. Is it? Oh, is it Sue? I'm really, really sorry. I don't spend much time in the other Discord. Rhubarb and cod. Is it Susan? I know you've told me. I'm really sorry. And where are you? I know you're US, but where are you? Phone is on. The TV is not. TV is on. Everyone went to see the dirty site. What was going? It might have been that. I don't know. It might have been that bot or that spam or whatever it was. I don't know. I don't think it was the internet connection. Don't know. Who knows? Anyway, so I'll just wait for a few more people. I'm just going to finish these. I'll tell you what I'm going to do. I'm going to make a cocktail. So all in all, I know Bush, you're not going to see this, but all in all, as far as the spiced rum market goes, I'm a big fan of those flavoured rums. These two certainly more punchier than what they are. Is Kevin here? Kevin's not, is he? There's no point even talking about these, because Kevin, my one person that I'm talking to here would probably not be interested in it, so he's not here. So I'm just going to get rid of these. There we go. Right. Let's put these down here. Put the ginger ale to one side. Boom, boom, boom. So, all of those. So why am I testing here? What did we settle on? Where did we go? We're up to 20 odd. That's cool. Trevor, and what am I on? What are we testing? I had, was it the 1888? What did we decide on? No, we went Chairman's Reserve, didn't we? Trevor, you're in charge. Mediterranean Fever Tree for a mixer. Yeah, that would work. That would absolutely work. Windy wants Brugal. Claire wants 1888, so that's 2 for Brugal. I'm sure Trevor said a Chairman's Reserve. There's my Brugal. Brugal 1888 Grand Reserva Familia. Is that what we're going for? Trevor wants Chairman's Forgotten Casks. I'll tell you what, Trevor, as you've been outvoted 2 for 1, I'll tell you what we're going to do. Trevor, I'm going to remember that. Hang on. So where's Chairman's Reserve? What is it? Chairman's... So I've lost Kevin and Rachel because they got a power cut. So Kevin's just messaged me. So sorry, power cut. So Kevin and Rachel are apologising to me because they got a power cut. They didn't realise I went off air. That's quite funny. Right, so Trevor wants Forgotten Casks. I'll tell you when I can find it. Forgotten Casks. It's bound to be the last one. Right, so the Forgotten Casks I'm going to start with next week, Trevor, as you lost. Adrian, it's all right. We've had a little minor incident where the stream has gone pooey, but now we are kind of back, so that's fine. So what I'm going to do, so Chairman's Reserve, Trevor, is no one here has Brugal, do they? Right, there's a fight going on. Trevor's getting all a bit upset. Right. So, Chairman's Reserve, Forgotten Casks. So, Chairman's Reserve, Forgotten Casks, or Brugal, 1888. What am I doing? While you're all fighting it out amongst you, I have it's sherry cask. What's sherry cask? Brugal? Is it sherry? I've done no research on either of these, so I've got absolutely no idea what's going on. I tell you what, putting them all 4 together is kind of weird. So let me get... So what am I doing? Right, come on, chop chop. Am I doing the Brugal 1888 or am I doing the Chairman's Reserve Forgotten Casks? Which one am I doing? Looks like both. No, I'm not doing both. I'm getting my app up for them because I've got to add it. Let me search for Trevor. Right, he come up first. Chairman's for the... Right, so I'll do 1888 next week. Jesus Christ. Hey, David, part 2. Right, so what am I doing? Chairman's Reserve Forgotten Casks. Chairman's... Right, let's add this to my little app. Chairman's Reserve Forgotten Casks. Where is it? Forgotten. I can't find it. Chairman's Forgotten. No. Oh, flipping hell. I can't find Forgotten Casks. Master, Legacy, Master Selection. Is there another name for it? It's not coming up. Chairman's Reserve, Master Selection. Oh, flipping hell. God, it's a lot of Chairman's Reserve, isn't there? Reserve Master. I've got a lot of Master Selection. Is it called... Is there another name for Chairman's Reserve Forgotten Casks? Oh, right. Let's try spelling it properly. Chairman's Reserve Forgotten. Might help if I spelt it right. There we go. It's there. So 11-year-old. Is that what it claim it is? Right. Okay. I need to kind of cleanse my palate because all I can taste is fruit at the moment. Right, so what's going on? No, I'm already swapping Forgotten Casks, sipping Forgotten Casks. Right, yes you would. I don't know what's going on with the banter, but there we go. This Forgotten Casks. I'm getting here late, already had my drink. So for those of you that have just joined that weren't on the stream previously, basically the stream crashed for some reason. I don't know whether it was, I'm assuming it was my end, but I don't know whether, I don't think it was the internet. I think it was the software I used that crashed. Not on my laptop, their end. I think it was their end somewhere. So this is part 2. We've lost half the viewership, but that's all right. That's fine. These things happen. People have gone to bed and made their excuses, I'm assuming. Kevin's back. Kevin. So funny story, Kevin. my stream went off air as well. So while you were apologising to me in the old WhatsApp, my stream was off. So you've had a power cut. Somewhere in this whole thing there's been a power cut as well. So we are back at part 2. So I need to add this to my sippers. How do I do it? Sample. I need to add that to a sample. And it's a 3cl. Right, save. Right, so I've got it in my little thing. Now I'm going to taste it. So Chairman's Reserve, Forgotten Cask. Is there any information about it? 11-year-old, apparently. I can still taste fruit. Still taste loads of fruit. Loads of fruit. Right. So I don't think there's any other information here. Coffee still, 40% ABV. Molasses based, obviously. Unsweetened, 0 sugar, allegedly. Single column still rum. So effectively, if it's aged, I would call this category 4B for those of you Smuggler's Cove, as it's single column. So, right. Let's I think half of that's gone in here. So as Trevor, as Trevor is sipping this as well. Hey Nick, my internet has been patchy since the storm. I reckon they're moving switches. Yeah, I did. I've basically, my stream's gone a bit. Oh, we're back up to 30ish. Right. So Trevor, let's taste this side by side. So this has got a 75 out of 100 on 53 ratings so far. 53 people have rated it, and we've already got, and it's got 75, an average score of 75. Yeah, I think Windy put that. So I'm now going to taste it. Right, let's click the old taste it button. For those of you who have just joined, the one in earlier, I've got rum. Go and watch. I'm not going to explain it again. You can go back and watch the start of the previous live show that's branded up properly, and then you can see what we're doing here. So first off on this, I'm doing a nosing. Oh, it smells like Christmas cake. So this is quite interesting. Fruit. We've got fruit. But what sort of fruit? I'm going dried fruit. That's what I'm getting off this, I reckon. I've just clicked into fruit and it's given me dried fruit, tropical fruit. So dried fruit, dried apricot, dried currants, dates, figs, prunes or raisin. I would go raisin. Probably even, I don't know. I'd definitely go dried currants. Maybe even a bit of apricot, dried apricot in there. I love this app. This app is amazing for this. Apricot and coffee. Apricot, yeah. See, I've got apricot. I'm thinking I'm going for that. Right. Coffee's a good shout, actually. I like where your head's at there. Right, what else can I add for this? Woody. Not getting too much woody. Now that you've said coffee, I can't, not too much, but I kind of get where you're going. Right, coffee. What's the option? Right. Oh, here we go. Coffee. Cappuccino, espresso, or mocha. I love this. Coffee. I'll humour it. I'll go espresso. On there. What else am I getting? I'm not getting. Oh, a bit of caramel. I think I'm getting a little bit of caramel as well. So what was the options for that last time for the caramel? I love this app. Brown, butterscotch, caramelised, cola, cream toffee, creme brulee, popcorn. No, I'm not going popcorn. Toffee. I think toffee's a good shout for this. Subtle. Yeah, I like toffee for that. I'm going for toffee. Right, let's go back. Roasted leather. Spices. Any spices? Caramel. Toffee for me. See, I'm looking at this and Trevor's already commented toffee for me. Right, I'm now in the spices. Jesus. All spiced. Anise, baked apple, bacon spices, black pepper, cardamom, cinnamon. No, I'm not getting any of that really. Licorice, mace, Maggie, but I don't know what Maggie smells like. Nutmeg. Oh, there is some sort of spice there, but I'm not. Oh, Discord's catching up now. I don't know what to rate that with spice. I don't know. I'm gonna put cinnamon, but a little bit of cinnamon. Right, okay. Let's go back to that. So the scores out of 5 for this. Peppery on the tongue. So nose, right. Fruit. I'm gonna go 3 out of 5 because it's nowhere near as fruity as whatever the hell I tasted first time out. What did I taste at the start of the show? I've got no. Oh, it's there, isn't it? What did I, Don Q. It's nowhere near as fruity as that. So I'm going 3. Floral. Jesus, no. I'm not even going to give that a ranking out of 5 for floral. Spices, I'm going to give it a 2. 2 out of 5, I reckon. Yes, I reckon. Woody. Yeah, there's sort of hints of woody there. I'm going to go 3 out of 5 for woody. Roasted. 3 out of 5 again, I reckon. And then round. I think that's quite rounded. I think it brings it all together. So that's the nose. A 3 out of 5. Right. Taste. Rob's home bar. Hello, Rob. White pepper, maybe. Pepper on the tongue. Rob, welcome to part 2. We had a crash. So we're now at part 2. Oh, we've got some serious numbers on now. That's all right. That's cool. Hello, peeps. Right. So on the old tasting. I'll get into the old dried fruit. I'll get into all that in a minute. Wow. That's completely different to the Don Q. Holy hell, that is completely different. So, spice. I'm going for a good 4 out of 5 on the spice. Sweetness, 1 out of 5. I don't know whether Trevor's agreeing with me. I'm looking at Trevor here because Trevor's drinking it. Same with me. How you doing, Rob? You all right, mate? Yeah, definitely 1 out. Fruit. It's not that. I don't know. Out of 5 is difficult because I wouldn't say it's a 3 out of 5 on fruit, but I don't know. I'm going to give it a 2 out of 5 on fruit. No sweetness at all. Yeah, I'll give it a touch. I'll give it 1 out of 5 because I don't think it. I've tasted. No sweetness. I've tasted dry. I was trying to work out the opposite to sweet then. I've tasted drier for this. So I'm going to give it a 1 out of 5 for that. Fruit. How much is that bottle? I've got no idea. I've not done the research for this at all. So if someone wants to dive into like Masters of Malt, this is the Chairman's Reserve Forgotten Casks. Absolutely no idea. This is spur of the moment because I finished early. Fruits all the way for me on the finish. Claire, has Claire got it? I haven't seen Claire comment. Where's Claire? Oh, Claire's there. There you go. Claire would be too if I'd been prepared. Claire, where are you? You're not at home then? Or is it packed away? Is it at the bottom of your garden? Coffee and fruit on the finish. £60 Canadian. What's that in English? Canadian 60. Whoopsie. 66 convert. 35 pounds. You are joking. So what's that? What's in English? Someone give me the English price. 41.79. So about £6 more. Toffee in that on the nose. Right, where did we get to? Woody, I think it's got quite a bit of. It's definitely got no floral. I'm not going to give it a score for floral, so it's got 0 out of 5 for floral for me. Woody, I think there's kind of a big woody notes to it, so I'm going 3 out of 5 for woody. Roasted. Yeah, I kind of give that 3 out of 5. And round, I don't know about round. I'm going to go for 2 out of 5 for rounded because I think it's more. I don't know what it kind of means by rounded, but for me, it's kind of more woody and woody spice and fruit. It hasn't got an all-round sort of sweetness to it, so I'm giving it a 2 because if it was, for me, if it was rounded, it would kind of have a little bit of sweet. It would have a little bit of everything to it, and it hasn't. So I don't know what that means, but I'm giving it a 2. Big spice on the tongue. The longer it's it. I've spent 10 minutes shouting, "No, not this week." Claire, you can pick next week's. Right, finish. I would say that's quite a long finish for me. I don't lose any of it. It sits right there. I'm going to give that a long finish. I'll give it the coffee. I kind of get hints of fruit. I give it definitely got the dried fruit, so apricot, currants, raisin. I'll give it all that. Woody. Let's give it woody. Oh, Jesus Christ. I've no idea what cedarwood or cherrywood tastes like, or sandalwood, or youngwood. I'm going to go oak. This is going to be awesome for training a palate. Vegetal, no. Floral, no. Earthy. That's quite an interesting one. Earthy. What comes under earthy? Cigar. Oh, cigar. Potentially get a sort of, potentially a tiny bit of cigar. Musty, peat, pencil shavings, pipe tobacco, tobacco, root and sap. I love these tasting notes. This is phenomenal. Tobacco? I'm going to stick with cigar. I'm just going to do that. 100% tobacco. Yeah, what sort of tobacco? I've got another word here that I can't even say. Hang on. Where did my tobacco thing go? Earthy. It went under earthy, didn't it? So cigar, tobacco. All right, I'll go with tobacco. I don't know what the difference between cigar and tobacco is, but I've given it both. Right. Trigominal. I'm going to have to come up close to the camera. If anyone knows what the hell this is before I click into it, that's going to be hilarious. Right. What's that? Trigominal. What the hell is that? Right, I'm going to click into it just for giggles. Okay. That's what it breaks down into. Bite, burn, fermented, harsh, hot, pungent, rotten. Tannins, vinegar, warm. I'm going to go warm. Fermented, no. Burn, no. Bite, hot, rotten, no. I'm going to go warm for that. It's got nice warm. I don't know what trigger mineral is, but we're going with that. God, you get lost in ages for this. I really like that. I don't know what final score to give that. Average 75. Is this an 80 out? So Trevor, and sorry, I'm missing out here. I've tasted wood. Claire. Right. Finish it hangs. No bitterness, even though there's coffee in the finish. Right. As a tobacco man, tobacco is pretty wide. Yeah, I'm not a tobacco man, so I've just gone tobacco. Oh, hang on. Trigeminal is a nerve triggered by hot, cold, spicy, tingly. Okay. I think, right. See, this is where it's going to get interesting for me. All this is kind of fun, but it's the rating it out of 100. That's where it's going to get really interesting for me. Because I've got a funny feeling. I want to give this an 80 out of 100. Which is... 79 is good. 80 is very good. I would say that's very good, personally. But 90 is excellent and 100 is absolutely perfect. So as an 80 out of 100, that's setting quite a high bar. That's like saying that's really good. And like for me, and I think that is actually, I really like that. Trigger, oh, I like this. We're getting some knowledge. Moxie, look at you with the knowledge bombs. Nick. So am I saying it right? I've never heard of that. How else can I say it? Trigeminal? Trigeminal? Is that how I say it? Someone write it. If anyone knows how to say that, write it phonetically in the comments. Trigeminal? Trigeminal? I'm assuming it's trigeminal now that I've kind of seen it written again. Trigeminal. For a mid-rum, I'd definitely give it 78, 79 out of 100. But 78, 79 is good. I'd say it's very good. I'm going to stick at 80. I think it's I think it's a very good. I think there's potentially better out there. But I can't give it 80. It wants to give it 80. Oh, there we go. 70. It wants to give it 79 or 81. See on 80, you little bugger. As soon as I take my finger off, it goes. There we go. I'm on 80. I'm quite happy with that. Try jam animal. Trigeminal. Is that what it is? Trigeminal. Sorry, I've genuinely never ever seen or heard of that word before at all. Never even seen it written down before. Oh, Nick's done it. Trigeminal. Yeah, trigeminal. Perfect. Thanks, Nick. Hey, Kapow, how are you? I tell you what, the less. I tell you what I'll do actually, because I've not done this. I'm just going to add a touch. I don't want to, because there's not much in here. Just going to open it out with a tiny, tiny bit of water. There's not much in there. I was going to say, the longer it sits, the more sort of tobacco-y wood notes come out. There are 2 different versions of Forgotten Cask on Amazon. Oh, that's interesting. I didn't know there was 2 versions of this. That's there's right now that it's watered down. There's chocolate coming off it. More coffee comes off it. I don't. How strong is it? I don't even know how strong it is. 40% ABV. Cool. Right. Here's the. Right. Hang on a minute. I'm going back to before. So for those of you that have joined that weren't on the previous live stream, where I was talking about the spiced rums, right? There's 2.5. Right, this is how nuts this is. There's 2.5% ABV between those and what I'm drinking now. If you asked me to guess, if you told me that is a 40%er, I'm putting those down at 20. If you'd have told me and to go the other way, if you told me they're 37.5%, I'm putting that up at 50. Easily, if not more. That is insane. I just can't taste. There's 2.5. I can't taste the alcohol in them. I'm Cornish. You're a Northerner. I'm Cornish. Who are you calling? Who are you calling Northerner? Oh, Windy. I've just googled it. Trigeminal. Cheers, Kevin. I genuinely never heard of that word before. Never. Yes, so just scrolling back up, Trevor's put, for someone who's going away from an entry to a spicy rum, this is a fantastic getaway rum. I think that is actually. There's no burn, there's no harsh burn to it at all. What did we say the price was? Nick put it in there, 41 something, didn't he? I think. No, sorry, David did. David Bonner, 41.79. Do you know what? I think that's a cracking rum. 40 quid. Here's the thing though, is it better? Right, I only did this in a video a couple of weeks ago. The Appleton 8, where this was what, £28, £30? Is it better than Appleton 8-year-old? Has it got more dimensions to it? Jesus Christ, there's more. There's more funk on it. I'd never associated Appleton with funk, but when you kind of smell, when you've been playing about with that, and then you go to that, there's more Jamaican. I've never associated Appleton with kind of Jamaican funk, or the 8-year-old. Oh no, way. I love that. Don't get me wrong, I love that, but there's way more quality in that. In the Chairman's Forgotten Casks, way more quality. Well, I'm going to save that before I lose it. Save. That's nuts. Right, where are we? Jan Aminal. Anyone who likes Eldorado 12 wants to progress. This is a great rum to do it. Not chill filtered version. Trigeminal. I've a twang, but I'm from Brizzle. Unfair. What, these two, comparing it? So I was just kind of thinking of the price there, to be fair, or gateway rums. opened out with a bit of water, that is lovely. So I open that out, I get a bit honey notes, way more toffee, less tobacco. It's only a tiny bit of that. It still tastes, it's nuts. That still tastes stronger with a bit of water added to it than what that does. See, I like the Appleton 8-year-old. Now you sold me that on that knob. I kind of want to have a little touch more. I want to say, I want to save half because I want to come back to him. I tell you what I'm going to do. I can still taste that. Where's my other chairman's? There. I want to taste it. I'm saving half the dram because I really want to come back to them and kind of look at how I've reviewed it and then come back to them and taste them again. I think we were talking about this the other day. I don't know who it was, but I think 30ml is perfect because you kind of get, you know, 2 lots of 15ml, and I think 15ml is perfect to taste something. Right. I want to go for Chairman's Reserve. Hang on, let's just rinse this out. Right, that's better. I'm loving this. This is cool. Right, how does it compare to normal Chairman's Reserve, which again is another 40% rum? So essentially what that is, in the loosest sense of the term, is that, but they've just forgotten about it for another sort of 10 years. So all the difference is really, that's the story. They've barreled Chairman's Reserve and then just lost a load of barrels. And that is the result of another 10 years aging, essentially. Question. Oops. Right, go on. Yeah, don't forget, I don't know what's on screen. Yeah, if anyone's got any questions, banter, because I've finished now. So this is all questions, whatever. This is all me interacting and helping you guys. I've got no set agenda now. This is just literally going with the flow. Right, before I dive into any question, I just want to kind of taste this a little bit. Wow, the Chairman's Reserve, a lot more, so normal Chairman's Reserve, a lot more toffee nose, definitely toffee, 100% toffee, a lot more toffee vibes. See this, I kind of want to rate the Chairman's Reserve now while I'm doing this. Chairman's Reserve, I'd say sweeter, but also more feisty. It's got more of a like peppery, spicy burn to it than what that is. It's almost that's got it, but that's kind of mellowed out with. That's so nuts. If that is the same rum that's just been forgotten about for another 10, 12 years or so, I forget what it is now. 16. Where are we going? What are they saying? So 11 years old. 11 years old. And Chairman's Reserve, normal, they kind of claim roughly it's like 5-year-old. It's blended with some younger stuff as well, but the top end rum of it is somewhere around a 5-year-old. So basically we're talking like 6, rum that's been aged for like 6 years longer. Bearing in mind that would have been blended with some younger stuff as well. That is insane to see what the same rum does the longer it gets aged, because it's just so different. So different. And this is going to be really harsh because I do like Chairman's Reserve. I'm doing a video with Chairman's Reserve. Might film it tomorrow, but it might be next week. It's the other category 3, the blended rums. So Eldorado 5, Chairman's Reserve, and there's one more as well. I haven't got an updated list here. This is really harsh, but after sipping that neat, that is lovely neat. I'm struggling to sip that neat because I've got more of a feistier burn to it, which is bizarre because if I hadn't had that, I would have absolutely loved that neat. That's nuts. Right. Let's go back to these. I've not had ED12, Cornish. Appleton is close. And this makes an amazing daiquiri. Really good. Baker Paris. Oh, I haven't got the Arabada yet, Claire. I need to add that, the Arabada from last year's. Right. Is how strong it tastes important, or is flavour and mouthfeel important? If we're talking about the rum, like proper rum, because I can see your other questions down here, they kind of go, when you're talking proper rums, they kind of go hand in hand. You kind of want the ABV, because what the ABV does is the ABV brings out different characteristics. So yes, you've got stronger taste, but you've also got different characteristics coming out of the rum. So, for instance, that Forgotten cask, if that was bottled at cask strength, say 55, 60% ABV, again, you would get completely different tastes to what you've got in there. Don't forget, it's not in the barrel at 40% ABV. It will be in the barrel at 50s, 60s, 70s potentially, and then watered down to 40% ABV. So the whole ABV just brings out loads of different characteristics. The best one I could, because I've actually got both versions here, the best one, if you remember back, like, I don't know now, what, 4 or 5 weeks ago, doing that, right. So the Lost Years, what we're talking about, so that's what Claire was talking about, the Arabada, and the Lost Years Navy Strength, that Lost Years Silver Moon is exactly the same rum. It's exactly the same rum. At the same barrels, the same rum. This has just been diluted down to 40% ABV. And this is 54.5%, so nearly 15% ABV. The difference between those two are insane. They are just completely and utterly different rums. If you didn't know better, you would not put them together. You would not say that is that, because they're just completely different flavour profiles. So the ABV is important because it does bring out different flavours. But to get onto Kevin's question where he comes down here, what is wrong with these because they don't taste alcoholic? Now, this is a very different thing because, and without being brutal to spiced rums, this is where something like this, hang on, let's get this one out to play because we're talking about Chairman's Reserve. Right. With Chairman's Reserve spiced, you can taste the rum. Nothing has been adulterated. That's that word again. I can't say that word. Adulterated. That's the wrong. How do I say that? Adulterated. Is that? Whatever. I can't. That's the word I can't say again. Adulterated. That don't sound right now. I've said it. Nothing's been. It's literally. So that rum. They've added the spices to the rum, to the barrel, and it's been aged. It's not forced, it's proper ginger, it's proper cinnamon, it's proper cassia, whatever they've added to that, nutmeg, that's the spices. It's rum first and foremost, so you can taste the rum in that. With something like these, and I'm not being harsh towards this because I get the market and I like them, I do really like them. What you've effectively got is like a rum with zero characteristics, absolutely young, fresh rum, no characteristics to it at all, that's just been flavoured up. So essentially, you've probably got DDL rum, say Eldorado rum, you've not even got that Eldorado in that. You'd be lucky if there's 6-month-old rum in there, maybe a year-old rum in there. So it hasn't developed the characteristics from the barrels. So there's no feisty burn to it. There's no woody notes. There's no oaky notes. There's no toffee notes. There's nothing coming off the barrel. It's just young, fresh rum in there that's been flavoured up. So there's nothing to give you that kind of rumminess or even alcoholness coming off it. And then once rum goes past a certain point, it then sort of mellows out with the wood, with the oak, with the barrels. So with these, they're just the cheapest of the cheap rums that have just been. With these, it's all about the spices that have been added. It's not about the rum. With that, it's all about the rum and the spices that have been added to it. Yeah, so that's why you and this in a certain extent, and black teas, and I don't think I've got even like I love and spirits, but that's totally in that category, you know, totally in that category. The Sly Dog is totally in that category. You know, there is nothing to them. You can taste the rum, but you know, that's it essentially. And that's what the rum community hate. I appreciate both markets. Because I have been in the world about pubs, bars, making money, customers. I get it. I get the market. I love them. I get what they're all about. They are not about competing with them, because they will never, ever compete with them. Never in a million years. So I get that market. So the whole point being is you've basically, I'll be brutally honest, if these weren't grown in stature, if rum wasn't grown in stature, this may as well be flavoured vodka. But you've almost got that kind of fun vibe with rum. Rum is fun. You know, rum is tropical. Rum takes you to the Caribbean, to Hawaii, to Polynesia, all that. You know, rum takes you to those faraway places. Vodka doesn't. So that's why this trend is coming. That's why it's doing really well, because that kind of transports you to Hawaiian shirts, to fun, to smiles, to pies, to pina coladas, to Mai Tais, to mojitos, to daiquiris, all that sort of stuff. That's what that's capitalising on. But let's be brutally honest, you know, if rum wasn't coming, they would do exactly the same thing with vodka. They would do flavoured vodkas, yeah, because the spices and all that sort of stuff. So that's, Kevin, I know that's a long asked question, but that's kind of answering that, you know. Hopefully that kind of answered that. I think Chairman's goes up there. I've still got that sort of lingering Chairman's aftertaste to it. It's kind of harsh, and Chairman's Reserve is not harsh at all, if you know what I mean. Right, what else did we get? Hot and tropical. Nick, Claire, to be honest, the Chairman's 131. I've got the Chairman's 131. Oh, see, I need to save it. I need to get. Oh, see, this is where I want a bit more, because now I want to try. I've got the Chairman's 131. That can come out another week. Chairman's, there was another Chairman's here as well. Reserve Vintage, or Reserve 2005 Vintage. Jesus, so God knows how old that is. Actually, the one I'm looking forward to trying is the Angostura 1787. I'm kind of looking forward to that as well, actually. So that's that. I might have to have a little sample of that. Right, right, Nick. Cheers, Aaron. Thanks for coming. So let's answer that. Right, Nick. Is there a global daiquiri cartel? And is Mr. Rose the secret pusher? No. The 131 has knocked my socks off. The crack all the Chairmans. You're in the Chairman's hole now, anyway. I would. Do you know what? After tasting that, I was kind of. Oh, that can go back down here. I was kind of thinking, I kind of want to go down another rabbit hole, and I kind of think Chairman's, St. Lucia, maybe. But I kind of want to start at the basics. I kind of want to go to Bounty. Start off with Bounty, because Bounty is the rum of St. Lucian people. It's their rum, you know, it's what they go to. The cheap and cheerful rum. But, you know, it's not bad because they love it. That's what they go for. So I kind of want to start off at Bounty and then go. Bounty is like the so it's all St. Lucia Distillers Limited. So the Bounty is the bottom. Then they go Chairman's Reserve, all the Chairmans, and then it's the Admiral Rodney's, which is St. Lucia Distillers as well. So I kind of want to work up to that. I want to go on that journey just to kind of see. And I don't know of any other rums from St. Lucia. So what I've done with Jamaica, I've got lots of different brands from Jamaica. So we've got Worthy Park, we've got Hamden, we've got Appleton, We've got Long Pond and Clarendon from Zymaca. One of these is Long Pond as well, and Clarendon. Smith and Cross, you know, all right, London, UK, but I don't know where. I don't know what rum that is. Ray and Nephew, Appleton. So we've got lots of different there, but with St Lucia, it's just that one. From my knowledge, it's just that one brand. It's St Lucia Distillers with Bounty, Chairman's, and so it's like Appleton. They're in Kingston 62, Appleton. I don't think Appleton have another one actually. They've got their Joy Spencer 21-year-old and all that. So the global daiquiri. Daiquiri is just the best way to drink rum. It is 100%. Go on, do a shot of Ray. Robin, I'll do a shot of Robin. I'll do a shot of Ray and Nephew if you do a shot of Ray and Nephew, and I want to see evidence of it. Come on, young Robin. Slide into the DMs. I know. So you do. As soon as you do a shot of Ray and Nephew, I'll do this. My Instagram's open. I'm ready for the DMs. Slide into the DMs. A video of you doing the Ray, and I will follow suit. Until I see it, it ain't happening. So we shall leave that there, young Robin. I absolutely love my CR Spiced. Chairman's Reserve Spiced. Absolute bargain at 25. Is Jamaican so last week? No, Jamaican's not last week. I've loved Jamaican. I could go even further down the rabbit hole, but for me now, it is put. So if I went even further down the Jamaican rabbit hole, we would be getting into the 60, 70, 80 pound rums, and I'm not there. And the channel's not there. The channel, I want to focus. I still want to. So the next ones I'm doing, I'm actually going to be filming with Santiago. I'm actually, one of the videos I'm doing tomorrow or Tuesday, whenever I do it, is a Cuba off. So I'm doing Santiago de Cuba versus Anejo versus Havana 7-year-old. The Battle of Cuba. Because I'm intrigued. 7, 8-year-old Cuban rums. You know, I've already done that against Bacardi, but Bacardi is Puerto Rico. I've got 3 out-and-out Cuban rums, all in the same sort of aging brackets. I just kind of want to see. So that's, because I haven't cracked that yet. That's still shut, not opened. So I want to see what the Santiago de Cuba is like. I think the 7, 8-year-old kind of that sort of, and that is, even though it's an 8-year-old, it's still entry level, because there are going to be way better 8-year-olds than that. Of course there are, you know, proper sort of 8-year-olds. There is. This is going to be a commercial 8-year-old. So I'm intrigued with that world yet. I don't want to go down to the proper top end stuff, the rum geek stuff. I'm not there yet. That's another year away for me personally. Hello Elaine. What is the best rum for making mojitos? Oh, Elaine, I haven't answered that question properly yet, but I will give you a choice of 4, 5. I personally, I love my Ron Cube. Ron Cube for me is amazing. I do that with a biased head. I will do it in a blind tasting. I will. But the biased head of me, I love Ron Cube. You've got Plantation 3 stars. Absolutely was loving that the other day in a daiquiri. And daiquiri is just, a mojito is just a daiquiri with mint and soda. So that's going to be amazing in a daiquiri. The Flor de Caña is going to be amazing in a mojito. What else? Where's my other one? That Kingston 62 is going to be amazing in a mojito, to be fair. UK wise, that's I've already tasted that in a mojito. That works really well in a mojito. And you can go gold rums as well, but I'm kind of traditionalist. I like my white rums in daiquiris and mojitos. I just kind of like that. Or do you know what? Let's be brutally honest. Brutally honest. I need to re-topping up before I film again. Havana 3, it's not going to make you a bad mojito at all. Havana 3-year-old is going to make you a great mojito. The one thing I will say, and I have done it in blind tasting, do not use Bacardi in a mojito, because that will not smash it to bits. But that, as a rum and coke, smashes Havana. as a rum and coke, for me personally. So, you know, that goes head to head with the Havana Especial in a rum and coke for me, Bacardi. But for a mojito, best entry level mojito by a million miles, but that's only like £1 more expensive, and I think that will smash it. So I haven't done all these yet as a daiquiri or a mojito. That's going to be a fun video that's coming up. Noticed I haven't got the El Dorado. I'm going away a little bit from the El Dorado. I love it, but it's the more of these I have, the more kind of chocolatey coffee notes come off this, which are great, but not kind of what I want in a daiquiri now that I've tasted these, which is really bizarre because I used to love this, but now for me it doesn't hold a candle to these, so it's really weird. So yeah, Elaine, I hope that's helped for there. Claire, Angus, there we go, Claire. Claire, it's on you. Right, I'll tell you what. So the Grand Reserve is there. Let's put that in there. So the guys did say 1888, but Claire has asked very, very nicely for Angostura 1787. So that's that. So I'm going to start the show with Angostura 15-year-old, the 1787. I'm going to start the show with that next week. And then if I get time, I will do the Brugal 1888. If not, that can wait till the week after. There we go. Perfect. Oh, hang on. My DMs are going. Robin has sent a video. Robin. She's that. Oh. I'm not going to bother Robin, but no, I promise is promise. I tell you what though, good skills, Robin. See, that's what I like. She slid into my DMs. Robin, I'll tell you what I'm going to do though, because I like the taste better. I'll do an OFTD. How's that? Okay, we'll go like for like. Of course we will. We've got a shot glass. Forgot. Where's my? There we go. I've got my little. Oh, that's quite a lot. That's about a shot. Right, Robin, just for you, because you slid into my DMs. This is just for you. Woohoo! That's quite nice, actually, isn't it? So, thanks, Robin. That's how we rock this world. Elaine, I hope that's how. Do you know what? Because my palate's been used to drinking rum, that's actually not that bad. It's quite strong though, but what's Ray? 63, isn't it? 63. Yeah, I should have gone OFTD. It's like nearly 70%. Robin's one of my favies. She's got bantered. Robin's Nest, Robin's Home Bar. Right, let's put these back away. Elaine, I hope that's answered your question. If you're still here, my throat is burning. Oh, so you're a youngster, aren't you, Robin? That's the thing. For me, that's just got down quite nicely, to be fair. I should get my Discord community now. Robin, come into the Discord. You download Discord. Come into Discord. You'd be great banter in there. Right. What's going on here? It's good. It's because my palate's mellowed by drinking all those. That's what it is. Right. Oh, have I got another DM? What's going on here? I've got another DM. Oh no, have I? No. I thought I had another DM. I thought someone else was sliding in there. Right. Shots. Check your Elaine Plantation is 3 better than Havana 3R. Depends on your availability. Dave Pampero Blanco. Dave's a Diageo fanboy. Henry. Oh, hang on. Henry. Hello, Henry. Sorry, that's a few minutes ago. I can't wait for Barbados Rums. Dawley's 3. Plantation 3-star. I have done, I've forgotten what I've done now. The Veritas came out. What did I do with the Veritas? Oh, the Veritas came out, oh, controversial. The Veritas came out in a kind of Jamaican because of the funk. So, what I did, Henry, I'm getting notifications all over the shop here now. What was that? Right. So, I did a Jamaican video. Now, I included the Veritas in that because it has got that Jamaican kind of funk. So, I went Veritas, Kingston, the Boutique Rum Company's signature blend. That's when I'm really zoomed out, you can't really see that, can you? Can you see that? There we go, look. So, oh, look at that, look, there we go, look. So, I did that. I did the Kingston 62. I did, yeah, I'm putting my mouse, you can't see the mouse. But I did the Veritas, 1, 2, 3. Rum Bar Silver. Oh, and the 2 drifters, which I'm going to talk about on a thing, because no, I'll explain all that why. So the Veritas has come out there. I personally wouldn't put Veritas in a Barbados rum category because it has got that element of funk to it. It's completely different to Dawley's. But what I am going to do is I am going to do the Plantation 3 stars. I've forgotten, I need my notes. Hang on, I can come off this now. Where is it? Rum YouTube schedule. What am I doing? Oh, I'll tell you what I'm going to do, different videos as well, is I'm going to do, I can't wait for this. I did think about doing Flor de Cagna, but I don't think, so Flor de Cagna's got 37.5% and a 40% in the UK. I kind of want to compare, but 2.5%, is it going to make that much difference? I really want to do Dawley's 40, which that is, against the Dawley's 46% ABV that we also get in the UK. I want to do that. And I also want to do, 40 and 47 and the Real McCoy, which is another Foursquare brand, but the next step up. I'm going to do the 40% Real McCoy white against the 46%. So Dawley's have got 40 and 47 and Real McCoy have got 40 and 46. I want to do those. They're going to be videos because I want to see what the difference is between the 46 and the 40. You could argue that I could just buy the 46% and just dilute it down and then I'll get the 40%. But I'm kind of intrigued. So I've got that coming up. Right, white rum follow-up. What am I doing? So, right, who was it? Was it Nick? I can see Nick. Is it Gary? Sorry, who was it that asked? I can't wait for Elaine's there. Cool away. Elaine. Who are Henry? Henry. Right, Henry. What I've got, if you're still here, Henry, what I'm going to do, I've got Dawley's 3 that I'm going to do against El Dorado. So this is the category 3s, essentially. Smuggler's Cove category 3s. I'm going to do Dawley's 3 versus El Dorado 3 versus Plantation. And I'm actually going to put Mad City in this because I've got it. I would put it there. It's kind of a UK botanical one, so I'm going to include that in that. That's that. And I've got in brackets Diplomatico Planas and Banks 5. I think there's another follow-up video coming with those. I think I'm just going to do those 4 in that video. So that's going to be one. And then I've got loads of rums that I need to add, but the Planas and the Banks 5 I'm going to add. So that's one video there. There's also another white rum video. This is what I mean. This white rum has just gone down a whole massive rabbit hole. Like who would have thought there's that many white rums and they're all that different. I'm going to do category 4 white rum. So I've got Ron Cube. I can't wait to do this blind because I'm so passionate about this. It's going to blow my little mind if something else beats this because I love it. When I make it, I just love this as a daiquiri rum. It's my favourite daiquiri rum. But to do it blind when you've got absolutely no idea of what you're drinking, I cannot wait to do that. So I'm going to do that versus Barcello from the Dominican Republic, not from Diplomatico. I can say it properly this week. So Ron Cube versus that. Flor de Cagna 4-year-old. So this is category 4, just under. But I am going to add Brugal to this. Brugal, I forgot what they call it now. Blanco, is it? I used to pour it years ago. So Brugal. And I think I'm going to add Angostura 3-year-old to this as well. Or whatever they call it, Angostura Reserve. I think they call it Angostura Reserva. I think that's what they call it. So this might be a 5-way off. So that's the white rums. And then, as I say, I think there might be a future video with the Diplomatico Planas, the Banks 5. There's the Dawley's 40 versus 47, the Real McCoy versus 40 versus 46. So, because I'm so intrigued by all these white rums. White rum is just white rum. So many bars just have one white rum because they don't see the point. And there's just so much variance in white rum. It's insane. Absolutely insane. Right, that goes there. That goes there. You know, white rum is that category that's been dominant in bars, has been dominated by Havana or Bacardi. It has in the UK. And now, because we've got and you know, Santiago. Sorry, that's where. Oh no, I got this in the supermarket. White rum. I was just thinking, why is that not coming out to play? That came out to play in the supermarket white rum. But you know, there's another kind of white rum there. It's just white rum. It's just kind of blown me away of how much different it is. Really different. Right. Elaine there, the Discord, what's that? Elaine, Robin, if no one has, Trevor's put it, Robin, I'll slide into your DMs, I'll give you a Discord link, Trevor's put the Discord link in there. Robin, I think I'm drunk. Robin's got a cool little home bar. She claims she did it, but her mum did it. Oh, hang on. So Trevor, hang on. Where did my Trevor wants to put Banks, Planos, and Flor de Carne 4. No, Trevor. I think I've got to put Flor de Carne. I think for me personally, in the rums I've got, I think I have to put Flor de Carne in with Roncube and Barcello. It has to, because it lives. They are columns still, and it lives in that category for just under. So I think I have to for the Banks would kind of live in. I know how you. And so this is where this whole category thing really comes to pop, because I get what you're saying. I'm really intrigued. There must be a different way to categorise all these. Like a vanilla forward white rum, a coffee and chocolate forward white rum, a tropical pineapple-y, I don't know, what pineapple mango, that's not mango, but pineapple sort of coconutty vibes. There's so many variances in white rum. It's like you kind of like this is what is completely nuts. You know, Barbados, Jamaica, and Trinidad, they're like chalk and cheese, and then you add that into the mix, and it's like, well, hang on a minute, they're just completely and utterly different. It's like, how do you even say that one's better than the other out of those three? Because they're three completely different categories, completely and utterly different categories. My mind has just been blown in all this, because even though I've been, as I say, I've been a rum fan all my life, but just to dive into this shallow end, it's like, you know, coming from a bar owner and a business owner, brands hit you up and, right, we want to be your pouring white rum. And you're like, all right. And I did a deal because every other bar around me was Pernod Ricard. And I was with Pernod Ricard for years, so Havana. And I really was. But I like to be different. I like to offer something different. So I poured Brugal for about 3 or 4 years with Maxim. And I got great pouring deals off them because I want it to be different. But that's my point. You know, brands come after you. We want to be your pouring white rum. So you just have one white rum. Let's try saying that really quick. You just have your one white rum, and you don't bother with it, but you get like loads of different gold rums, aged rums, and it's just nuts to think that actually all white rums are completely and utterly different, especially in this day and age. See, yeah, it's just, I think there's, I don't think even this is up to date. There's just more white rums that I haven't even listed here. So yeah, nuts. Hooks me with the Banks 5. Is Ken back on? Trevor, it wasn't Ken, it was Coe, but I've banned. So it wasn't Ken. Ken's cool. We love Ken. Ken's a legend here. But Coe, whatever his name was, banned. He won't see us. You'd get on with my dad. He drinks around nephew like it's water. Perfect blend. Right, Trevor, fruity rum, dark rum, bright crisp rum, mid AVB, Jamaican. Not exclusive. Yeah, I think we need I think we need to come up with a collective new way of categorizing rums to make it sense to people. I kind of like that. Dark fruit rums. I kind of like that. No one's ever said that, but you know that's. Well, let's be honest, right? Dark fruit rum. What else have I got? Let's be. I mean, you'd kind of call that a dark rum. That a dark rum. They're completely different. You know, it's. We could blow the rum world to pieces. We could like come up with a proper categorization that people understand. That's our mission. This time next year, Rodney, this time next year we could be millionaires. Claire, it didn't happen then. Pug Tom. Hey, Pug Tom. Hang on, what didn't happen? I've missed something. If something didn't happen, don't know. Right, I think I've caught up with the chat. If no one else has, if there's any questions, any banter, I'm good for a few more minutes. But if anyone hasn't, it's 22:57 and saying now. I'll definitely keep going till 11 o'clock dead, so another 3 minutes. If anyone's got any other questions. Claire, I did shot 151, but the fire was too large. Claire, if the fire was too big, you must have sipped it or played. Exactly. We can keep tasting rums, and instead of using the app, use our own category. Yeah, I can't write STB rums. No. Don't. Look, I'm the YouTube channel behind this, but let's come up with a inclusive. You know, it's not my. We're all part of this together. It's not me. You know, I'm just the pretty face. But let's just bring all this. I think there's potential to do something here, because the more I do this, the more I think. So I'm looking at, look, for those of you that are just looking at it, right, and just to break this down really loosely, and I know there's 30 of you on, you're the hardcore people. William, I've just seen the question, I'll come back to that in a second. But just to break this down really, really quickly, right, Martin Kate and Smuggler's Cove classify. This is category 3, okay? So blended aged rums, okay? And these fit, lightly aged rums. So the category 2. So these fit in category 2, okay? So we've got Eldorado 3, we've got Dawley's 3, we've got Veritas, we've got Plantation 3 stars, and that's my old list. What else have I got? I've got something else here that's in here. That, and there's something else. I know there's something else. It's not column, there's a blend. There's another blend here somewhere. What's the other blend? Oh, I know what it is. Right. All these are Smuggler's Cove Category 2. So when you open up Smuggler's Cove, and I love the book. This is not me at all slating the book. At all. I love the book. I love what it's done for categories. But when you dive down the rum rabbit hole a little bit, you are kind of... So basically what they say is they give you a recipe and they'll say, look, right, you can use... I recommend you use a category 2 rum in here. Now, category 2 is also... All right, let's go this one step further. Category 2 also includes Appleton Signature. What else have I got? Plantation Fiji. Is this still on screen? Yeah, it's all on screen. Plantation Fiji, Mount Gay Eclipse, which is hiding behind here. And I'm sure there's something else here as well. There's another one. It's not down there. There's another that I've had. I need to update that list. There's another one here. The Lovers is the next category up. I can't think what it is. But anyway, just for this broad spectrum, just to kind of bring this out there. So some of the cocktail recipes that Martin Kate has got in here, Smuggler's Cove, he will say a category 2, blended lightly aged rum in there. So you're making a cocktail. And I'm not talking about the cocktails with loads of purees, loads of sweetness and all that. I'm talking very well balanced cocktails with a lot of citrus, a bit of sugar. You know, they're just the rum does the work. The rum comes through. Now, the point being, I know I'm waffling a bit. The point being, I don't think, in fact, I'm pretty much going to guarantee this. If you made that same, how many got there? 2, 4, 6, 8, 9. If you made that same cocktail, right, and changed out the rum every time, you would have 9 completely and utterly different drinks. Completely and utterly different drinks. So, for instance, if you're a bar and you sell a cocktail, I'm willing to bet that actually if you use that rum and that rum, they'd probably be your lowest sales volumes. Because while that's a cracking rum, it's just got massive chocolate and coffee notes to it that might not work the same way as the sort of fun pineapple, tropical kind of notes coming off that. Or the Jamaican funky notes coming off that. It's just insane how that one category encompasses all those rums. And I just think, and I know I'm probably waffling and Trevor might have come in there again, but I'm just, you know, there's got to be a better way of categorising rums. There has to be a better way, because you cannot put all those rums in the same category. And yet they are, if you use the Smuggler's Cove categories, which a lot of people actually go by. It's just insane. When you put them all side by side, it's insane to think that there we go, that's all the same category. Blended, lightly aged rums. like putting that in the same category as that. Yeah, just swap out your category 2, that'll be fine. Yeah, that'll be all right. Completely and utterly different cocktails. And when you demonstrate it like that, that's when it blows your head. Because when you read it on a piece of paper, you're like, all right, yeah, I kind of get it. But when you demonstrate it, when you show it like that, you're like, wow. Right. There we go. STP Rums. Right, question. William, I know Trevor's answered it down there. Not on subject, but I'm debating finally buying blue curacao instead of making it. That's a drink stuff thing. If you need a blue drink, proper orange curacao. Yeah. Question. Belgrove fig. Oh, Gary. Oh, now you're putting on the line, Gary. Is the Belgrove fig rum better than the hazelnut? Oh, now I don't mind answering this, because this is I love Belgrove rums. I really, really do. Is it better? Right. Is it better? No. It's not better. It's not better. Do I prefer it? Yes. I properly love that. I absolutely adore that. It's one of the best. I call this one of the best fun daiquiris I've ever tasted. Spiced fig and blackberry, lime, sugar. That is one of the best fun daiquiris I've ever had. It's amazing. Is it better though? No, because that's phenomenal. It's just different. It just, you know, completely and utterly different. You can't compare like a hazelnut with the elements of chocolate to something with fig and blackberry. You just can't compare. So is it better? No, and definitely got to have both of them. No, it's like saying, I don't know. It's like saying is is Plantation better than the Luna? I'm taking it to the extreme, but it's the same thing. Coconut rum, Plantation white rum. Is it better? They're different things. They're completely different things. So you can't compare them. But it's cracking. It's really good. And yes, I do prefer the fig, but I love the hazelnut. But I do prefer the fig. Robin, what's up with you? That Ray nephew hasn't even. Robin, you're a little youngster, aren't you? How old? I don't even know how old are you. You're like what? You're a youngster, aren't you, Robin? Matt gave him a birthday. Moxie, is the point of the cake categories not about the rum making the same tasting drink, but more about? Hang on. Is the point of the Spunkless Cove categories not about the rum making the same tasting drink, but more about using any of the drinks in the category will work in that? Yeah, but right. So if you're, I don't know. Right, I've got to find a cocktail here. Right. I think Martin Kate is literally saying in this book, right, you will get a similar result using a rum from this category. I think that's what he's getting at. Now, my point being, because if you look at it that way, the point being, if you use a similar rum in that category compared to a rum in a different category, let's go black blended, category 5. So if we say, can you swap out, when a cocktail book says rum, for instance, and you might have, let's just go those two, Eldorado 3-year-old or Myers Dark, or which rum shall I use? They are massively different, absolutely massively different. So I think Martin Cate's trying to get you to sort of say that a category 2 is going to be similar. But that's the point. I don't think they are. Claire's just uploaded something. And there's just so much variant. I'm just trying to find a recipe here. I just want to find a category 2 recipe. Rum. I could be here a while looking for this. I don't know. I should have. Right. Okay. All right. So Don's Own Grog, for instance, Don's Own Grog has got a blended. Right. A blended. No, there's lots of different rums in that. There's 3 different rums. That's going to be pretty pointless doing that. I want to find one recipe that's just got sort of 1, maybe 2 rums in it. Come back to that. Where are I? Right, okay. So the Scorpion. It's got brandy and gin in it. God's sake, what am I doing? That's a blended aged rum. I don't know, but we could, look, I'm going to faff around for ages on that. We could deep dive on that for ages, but I get the point, but I just think it's kind of wrong. I don't want to say wrong, but I don't know. See, they're all fine in the same category for tiki. Yeah. Trevor's kind of now. Yeah, that's a good way of describing it actually. So Trevor's put. You've all read it, but I'll read it out again. Trevor's put. They're all the same. Well, yeah. No, I'd kind of agree with it. They're all the same in a tiki drink, and so yes and no. If the tiki drink has got, and you would expect a tiki drink to have lots of spices, lots of syrups and flavours and juice, you would expect that. But no, not all tiki drinks do. Tropical drinks, not all tropical drinks do. It's a tough one. It's a tough one. Is that and that going to make the same daiquiri? No. And that's what Trevor's basically getting at there. They're completely and utterly different. But could you loosely put those? I don't think you could even put those two in the same tiki cocktail, to be honest. And the Veritas, let's go one step further here. The Veritas and the Fiji, I don't think you could put those two in the same tiki cocktail and get the same result. I really don't, because the Veritas has got that sort of funk to it, and It's so intriguing. It's so mind-blowing that it's just like, what? When you properly kind of... And this is... Don't forget, this is low-end rums. This is your cheap end. All right, UK distiller. But this is your cheap end. This is where there's no aging. There might be charcoal filtering, but there's nothing really going on. There's no like 5, 6, 7-year-old aging. These are like 1 to 3-year-old rums, the lowest of the low. And even these make huge difference. Absolutely huge. It just blows your little minds. It blows my mind anyway. Robin's 23. Oh, little Robin. Robin, kind of, right, Robin, you have to, not every day of the week, but every weekend, you have to start the weekend with a shot of Ray Nephew. Kind of build your tolerance up. Kevin, question. If you had to make your own categories, how many categories? I generally don't know. This would be a cracking conversation to sit down in person. And I know Trevor's in Canada and Windy and all of you guys in the Discord community, Mogsy, Scott, all of you, Claire. You know, it would be such a great conversation to have because you're all going to have different kind of ideas on this. But I don't know how I'd categorise them, you know, because for me, right, chocolate coffee notes off that, that's what I say. Right, just to come back to those two. Chocolate coffee notes off that, tropical pineapple vanilla notes off that. So, and then you come back. What else have we got? Sort of tropical vanilla notes. Where else should we go to? I kind of want to go. To be honest, I kind of get little tropical notes off that as well. You know, I could quite easily make a case for that going in the same category as that. It just, I don't know. It's such. So with what I'm just trying to relate it to wine or whiskey. And whiskey doesn't have this problem because if you go to Islay, for instance, or the Highlands, Speyside, let's just do those two, Speyside and Islay. If you got a Speyside whiskey, you know exactly what you're going to get. If you get an Islay whiskey, you know exactly what you're going to get. Smoke and peat and God knows what, right? Whiskey hasn't got Irish whiskey. You know exactly what you're going to get from Irish whiskey. All right, it's going to be subtle variances, but you know exactly what you're going to get. With wine, you could have a Pinot Grigio from Italy. You could have a Pinot Grigio. I've tasted the Californian Pinot Grigio, and slight variants, but you can still taste the grape. A Chardonnay. You could get a Chardonnay from France, a Chardonnay from Australia. Subtle differences, but you can still tell it's Chardonnay. The big difference for me is the Sauvignon Blanc grape. Sauvignon Blanc from New Zealand is completely and utterly different to a Sauvignon Blanc, say, from Chile or Argentina or California. Completely different. And that's the biggest variant for me in wine. Malbec, a Spanish Malbec, is very similar to me as an Argentinian or a Chilean Malbec. You still get that spicy sort of inherent kind of red, deep red spice notes coming through. So, you know, rum is so unique, so unique. I can't, and it may be me being biased, it may be me not picking the right arguments for this, but I can't think of another spirit alcohol category that's even remotely close. Because could I categorise them up in Jamaican rums? Well, I suppose, you know. So if you said to me, I'll just use a Jamaican rum in your cocktail, all right, well, I've got that and that. Holy hell, they're going to be different. You know, so you can't even say just use a Jamaican rum. It just ain't going to work. It's such, I don't know. It just blows my little mind. You know, it's kind of, I don't know, other Jamaican. So that's what I call the Jamaican Stiggins Fancy, the pineapple rum. You know, all three of those. All right, that's a 9-year-old, isn't it? Yeah, 9-year-olds, 8-year-olds, no years old. Jamaican rum. Just use Jamaican rum. All right. Just use the gold Jamaican rum. All right. You know, what works, what doesn't work. Just use, I don't know. I've already proved it on the video. Just use the gold Barbados rum. Well, I already know that's completely and utterly different to that versus Barbados. Plantation versus Dawley's. It's insane. It's just, oh, I don't know. When someone comes up with a way of categorising rums to kind of bring them all, it's just going to explode the rum sort of culture, the rum niche. What's here? Time for bed. Yeah, I'm getting in now. I guess rums could cross over into other categories and start breaking them down. Robin, I'll slide into your DMs and come into the Discord. Trevor's putting a smack down. You'll never find a perfect categorisation of rum, which is why Kate's works. It's as close to you get. But does Kate work? Does it? That's the point. With some of the rums, some of the rums he's listed in his book, yeah, it does work. But when you actually add the rums that we can get, especially in the UK, it doesn't really work. That's the point. A lot of the rums I've got are not listed in his book because he hasn't got them. You can't get them in the US or whatever. So it's fascinating. It's quite. I'd love to spend some time on it. I really would. No, I'm not drunk. I've got a separate rug, Dad. So I just tripped over that rug. Right, Night Mogs, thanks for coming. Yay, made the file smaller. Claire's uploaded. Think we've officially got the longest live ever. No. Last week went till flipping midnight, and I'm not staying on till midnight. Can't type anymore. His book sales say it does work. Yeah, it's true. I completely agree. But so the rum, and talking to a lot of US guys, the rum that the US guys get, and to you guys in Canada, you know, it's completely different. All right, the Canadians, you get a different load of rum to what the US gets. But what we get in the UK, again, is completely and utterly different to the US. The range we've got in the UK is phenomenal. So, yes, it's a little bit, I don't know. Right, on that note, I think I'm going to end it. There's still 30 of you here. Thank you very, very much. If you could all do me one final favour, boom, smash that. Yeah, smash that like button. I should do that, shouldn't I? Smash that like button one final time if you haven't done so already. I'm sorry about the stream that kind of interrupted. I will edit this up so it's it looks roughly the similar stream, so you can kind of watch back to back. Oh, look out. Trevor's on. Kate's categories work for 90% of the population. You would have wanted coming into the Discord the other day and goes, oh yeah, look at this, kind of the modern tikiist kind of breaks it down a bit better. Everyone head to the Discord. Gary, thanks for coming. Kevin, I will watch the Spiced Rums back now. William, thanks for coming. William, pleasure as always. Go midnight, I'm tiddled. No, I'm not going to midnight was last week. I mean, it's already been, what, 3 hours and 20 minutes now. All right, cut about 5 minutes away. But yeah, so that's been this week. Next week, so I've got what videos are dropping next week. The pineapple rum video is dropping next week. What else is dropping next week? YouTube schedule. It was still in February. Oh yeah, so the pineapple and then the Pusser's a zombie cocktail is dropping next week. I've got rum for the weekend. I've got the 2 Drifters rums coming out next to play next week, and Bullion Spiced Rum. I will do. Claire, what are we doing? Claire, we're doing the 15-year-old Angostura 1787 to start the show off. There's high potential we might get to another Dram as well. But yeah. Rose. Lisa, if Lisa's watching with you, Lisa, please will you give that husband of yours a good mediocre show? Just because you're not a spiced rum, it's not even that you're a spiced rum fan. You're just jealous that you can't get the spiced rums. You're just jealous. That's all it is, Rose. So don't come at me with your mediocre statements. You're just jealous. That's all it is. Don't get all pugnacious. Don't get angry. Don't get all slanderous or anything like that, young Rose. Just be kind of accepting that you can't get the stuff that we can get, which makes our life a little bit of fun. Yes, your stuff is a little bit cheaper. I will give you that your Eldorado 12-year-old is like tap water, bottled water. I will give you that. I'll give you your prices are cheaper, but we could get a lot more stuff. So don't be jealous, Rose. Just don't. Oh, the banter. I'll see you in Discord. All right. Thanks for coming, peeps. I will see you. Oh, excuse me, frog in the throat. I'll see you next week. Toodaloo. Where's my button? How do I end it? I'm there. See you later.